Today's Spotlight for Women's History Month is on Hedy Lamarr. Now, I've actually already done a video on her like a billion years ago, but honestly, she's worth talking about again because she was absolutely incomparable. She was an actress, an inventor, and a visionary who defied the norms of her time and left a mark on both the entertainment and world of technology. She was born Hedwig Eva Maria Keisler on December 9th in 1994 in Vienna, Austria. As a child, she was really interested in science and technology, and she was really interested in finding out how things worked. She wanted to figure out how devices turned on and off and how they functioned. But she was also really fascinated by the theater. When she was 12, her mother entered her into a beauty contest in Vienna, and she won. And so she decided that she wanted to go into acting. In the early 1930s, she started working in films. And in 1931, she was brought to Berlin by a movie producer who thought that she was really talented. She didn't really take off from there, but she was noticed by a Russian producer who connected her with a film production company in Czechoslovakia, where she got her big break in 1933. The film was controversial as she was very young, playing a very provocative role. The film was called Ecstasy, if that helps. But it did serve as a way to get catapulted into international fame. She did take a break from films, but she continued to act in the theater, and there was a man who became one of her admirers named Frederick Mendel. He was literally obsessed, and she was flattered because he was literally the third richest guy in Austria at the time. However, she was of Jewish descent, and he had close ties to Benito Mussolini and the Nazi regime as an arms dealer. She married him in 1933, but the marriage was awful, abusive, and unbearable. In 1937, she decided it was time to make her escape. Nazis were becoming more popular, and as a Jewish woman, she was nervous, rightfully so, about her safety. She decided to leave her husband and her country and flee to the United States. She disguised herself as her maid and fled to Paris first, and then to London on her way to the United States. She was ready to reinvent herself as a glamorous movie star. She signed with MGM quickly and became one of the top actresses of her time, known for her stunning looks, her exotic features, and roles in very popular movies. However, she wasn't super duper fulfilled. She said, "Any girl can be glamorous. All you have to do is stand still and look stupid." She didn't want to just be a pretty face. She wanted to be known for her brains as well. During World War II, she got her chance. She was able to show the brilliance that she was capable of to the world. Alongside a composer friend, George Antheil, they developed a technology called frequency hopping. The technology was intended to prevent the enemy from jamming radio-controlled torpedoes by constantly changing frequencies on which signals were transmitted, making it hard to intercept or jam. The system used a piano roll mechanism to synchronize frequencies between the transmitter and receiver, a concept that was way ahead of its time and that would become the basis for modern wireless communication, things like Wi-Fi, GPS, and Bluetooth. They were issued a patent in 1942 for the device, but the U.S. Navy didn't really see the potential in her work. It wasn't until much later that she finally got recognition for this. She did in 1997 win the Electronic Frontier Foundation's Pioneer Award. And in 2014, 14 years after her death, she was inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame for her contributions to frequency hopping spread spectrum technology. She always had a love for drafting inventions. She designed and improved traffic stoplight, and one time she designed a tablet that would dissolve in water to create a flavored carbonated beverage. But in general, during her lifetime, her brilliance and scientific mind weren't really fully recognized. She was known as the most beautiful woman in the world and acted in several successful movies in Hollywood, but she really wanted to be seen as a scientist as well and appreciated for her mind and her brilliance. But unfortunately, at the time, she was simply in male-dominated professions and never really got her flowers, never got what was due to her. She never gave up inventing. She never gave up trying to fight for herself and her place. And she continued to do things that would challenge societal norms. She firmly believed that one should not be limited what society believes, or by gender, or by appearance. People should do the things that bring them joy, and society should catch up later. She continues to inspire women everywhere to break boundaries and to pursue their passions, on the screen, in the lab, or both. She is without a doubt a woman who deserves to be celebrated at all times for her unparalleled blend of creativity, innovation, and resilience. She said, "Give the world the best you've got, and you'll get kicked in the teeth, but give the world the best you got anyway." In a time when rights are being stripped from average everyday Americans, this is especially important because we cannot give in. We cannot obey in advance. We must continue to fight. She also said, "All creative people want to do the unexpected." I hope that we continue to do the unexpected and we continue to stand strong in our resolve.